In order to send electronic claims to a payer, you will need to enter the electronic payer information. Electronic claims are sent to a clearinghouse or processor, who then sorts and forwards them to the appropriate insurance companies. Each insurance network that accepts electronic claims has individual electronic payer identification numbers. There are often different numbers for different electronic billing functions. Some possible electronic billing functions are sending ANSI 837 electronic claims, receiving ANSI 835 electronic remittance advice, and performing ANSI 270-271 real-time eligibility requests. These numbers can be retrieved from the clearinghouse or the payer itself. Medical business systems will supply most of this information for you. All the service centers within that network shares the same number. The clearinghouse uses these identification numbers to determine where to send claims. Once a new network is saved or selected, the electronic payer ID button becomes activated. To create the electronic payer ID for a network, you're going to select the electronic payer ID button. This opens the ANSI electronic payer ID editor. In the ANSI electronic payer ID editor, you're going to select New, and you're going to fill out the details in the two-column editor. In the first section is the processor. You're going to select the processor or clearinghouse which this payer ID is associated with. This information should automatically be completed for you. 837-835 payer ID, it's the main electronic payer identification. It's required to send electronic claims and receive electronic remittance advice. The identifier is shared between both functions. Some payers will accept electronic claims but will not be able to receive electronic remittance advice. First, we're going to enter an electronic payer ID. Then the next one down, we're going to mark whether or not the payer accepts coordination of benefits electronically. And in the real-time payer ID field, we're going to enter our real-time payer ID. The numbers and the letters associated in this training video are not valid ID numbers for claims, payments, and electronic payer IDs. These numbers are used for reference only. Okay, next, we're going to mark if the payer is available for real-time eligibility requests. We need to check this box in order to activate the real-time eligibility features. Okay, once we save this information, at the very top, this is one we're going to set as primary. Once we save the information, if you're enrolled with many different clearinghouses or processors, you would have many different electronic payer IDs. One per processor. Iridium Suite primarily uses MD-ON or WebMD, so normally you would only have an entry for WebMD. You might have one processor that you can send electronic claims to and another processor that can send real-time eligibility requests. If you're using multiple processors, then you need to set the primary processor. The primary processor is the one that Iridium Suite will default to and try first. When you create the first electronic payer ID, it is automatically set to the primary. To set it to a different one, you're going to select the new electronic payer ID in the row, and you would choose Set Primary to make that difference. If you mistakenly entered a payer ID, easily delete it. To do so, you're going to select the electronic payer ID and select the Delete button. Click the Delete button to make the change. And this concludes our video on electronic payer IDs. Thank you for viewing this training video. Please remember that Iridium Suite's online help menu is a valuable resource for your questions about the software.